Hello, good morning. I'm Paolo del Rosario and welcome to Weather HQ. Today's headlines. President Donald Trump announces the U.S. will withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement and declares a national energy emergency during his inaugural speech in Washington. More on our global weather. A magnitude 6.4 quake hit Taiwan today with no major casualties, but with power outages and building damage reported in some villages. Here at home, Pagasa records some of the lowest temperatures across the country. And an organization commits itself to responsible resource management. I'll speak with the Philippine Center for Environmental Protection and Sustainable Development later in the show. Well, let's take a look at the local weather forecast. Pagasa says 3 weather systems will affect the country today. The northeast monsoon currently impacting Luzon will bring cloudy skies and rain to Cagayan Valley, Aurora, and Quezon. Meanwhile, the shear line affecting the eastern Visayas will cause cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and isolated thunderstorms over northern and eastern Samar. Now, the easterlies that affect the eastern section of Mindanao will also bring cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms to Dinagat Islands, Surigao del Norte, and Surigao del Sur. Residents in these areas should also be prepared for the occasional rainfall throughout the day. Now, the rest of the country can expect partly cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon or the evening. Now, as for our sea conditions, there is no gale warning in effect, making sea conditions generally safe for our mariners. However, caution is still advised as moderate to rough seas are expected nationwide. With weather conditions possibly changing intermittently, mariners are urged to remain alert and to take the necessary precautions to ensure their safety. Now, Pagasa has also reported the lowest temperatures recorded across the country yesterday, with several areas experiencing notably cooler weather. Baguio City, known for its cool climate, recorded the lowest temperature in the country at 15 degrees Celsius. The mountain city continues to experience chilly conditions, particularly during the early morning hours as the northeast monsoon influences the region's weather. Malaybalay Bukidnon, located in the highlands of Mindanao, recorded the second lowest temperature at 19 degrees. This makes it one of the cooler locations in the southern part of the country, where cooler weather is uncommon at this time of the year. Now, Itpayat, Batanes, in the northernmost part of the country, the Philippines experienced a temperature of 19.3 degrees Celsius, marking it as one of the coldest areas in the region, while the cooler temperatures in Batanes are attributed to the northeast monsoon affecting the island. Now, in Abukay, Bataan, in central Luzon, there's a reported temperature of 20.3 degrees Celsius. Now, this temperature adds to the list of areas in the central part of Luzon experiencing cooler than usual weather conditions driven by the ongoing monsoon. Now, Tanay Rizal, in the province of Rizal, also registered 20.3 degrees Celsius, rounding out the list of the locations with the most cooler temperatures. This reflects a broader trend of cooler weather in areas typically known for warmer tropical climates. Now, speaking of temperatures, let's take a look at the temperatures over in the most northern part of the Philippines. We're going to start off in Luzon in just a bit, of course. When you take a look at the temperatures here, when you look at Basco in particular, some of the coolest temperatures of 22 degrees Celsius over here, 19 to 22 degrees Celsius being the temperature expected in that area. Sunny weather expected in 3 areas that we're looking at. That's Lawag, Avigan, and in Dagupan. Temperatures are ranging from around 22 degrees Celsius as a low in Lawag and a high of around 33 degrees Celsius over in Dagupan. A bit of cloudy weather expected over in Baguio and in Tuguegarao, with a bit of sun rays coming out for a bit of a break. 22 degrees to 28 degrees in Tuguegarao, and Baguio 15 to 24 degrees Celsius, coolest in the region as expected. Apari will see a bit of rain all throughout the day, 23 to 26 degrees Celsius. So a bit cool over there in the north of Luzon. Let's take a look at central Luzon now. And here in this area in central Luzon, we can see that Gapan, Tarlac, and Subic Bay will have great weather here today. Very cloudless weather actually, with temperatures rising to around 33 degrees Celsius over in Tarlac and in Subic Bay. And of course, in Casiguran, Angeles, and in Iba, you're going to have the sunny weather with a bit of a cloud break as well. 31 degrees Celsius being the high over in Angeles and in Iba. Now, in Mariveles and Metro Manila, cloudy skies are expected here, with Metro Manila having 31 degrees Celsius cloud cover and Mariberas having around 30 degrees Celsius as the high there as well. Now, let's go on over to Central Luzon, or rather Southern Luzon, as we take a look at the temperatures here. Again, normally we can expect cooler weather in Tagaytay, and that is what we can expect here as well. 25 degrees Celsius being the high over in Tagaytay with a low of around 20 degrees Celsius. It will be sunny weather with a cloud cover as well. Same weather in Calamba and in Romblon. Temperatures there ranging from around 24 degrees Celsius to a high of around 29 degrees in Calamba and in Romblon, with Romblon having the low of 24 degrees Celsius. Mild day expected there, of course, with Calamba having a 29 degrees Celsius high. Now, all throughout the region, apart from Sorsogon, you can expect cloudy weather with intermittent rains and thunderstorms going across Coron, Portugalera, Legazpi, Daet, and over in Verac. Now, despite the rainy weather, you can see here Coron will have a high of around 32 degrees Celsius, while Sorsogon will have cloudy weather, 28 degrees Celsius being the high over in Sorsogon. So make sure you enjoy the weather over in Sorsogon, Romblon, Calamba, and Tagaytay, and stay dry over in the other parts of Southern Luzon. Now, let's go on over to the Visayas region. Now, in Visayas, areas like Iloilo, Dumaguete, Metro Cebu, Tagbilaran, and Tacloban will all experience overcast skies with a high chance of rain showers. Now, despite the rainfall, the temperatures in these locations will remain relatively warm. Temperatures ranging from around 29 to 31 degrees Celsius. However, in Boracay, Bacolod, and Catarman, cloudy weather is expected with the occasional sunshine throughout the day. Now, the maximum temperatures in these areas will be around 27 degrees Celsius. Over in Boracay, Catarman will have around 30 degrees Celsius, while Bacolod will have 31 degrees Celsius. Let's go on over to Mindanao, particularly in Zamboanga, Dipolog, Marawi, Cagayan de Oro, General Santos, Butuan, and Metro Davao. Cloudy skies with periods of rains are expected throughout the day in all of these regions. In fact, the entire region will have similar weather conditions, while Marawi will experience the coolest conditions with around 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, making it a relatively mild day in terms of temperatures. Cagayan de Oro will have around 24 to 30 degrees Celsius, providing warm but manageable weather, while Butuan will see some of the higher temperatures around, with around 32 degrees Celsius over in Butuan. Now, Zamboanga and Dipolog will also be experiencing hot temperatures, with the temperatures rising to a high for the region of 33 degrees Celsius, Zamboanga, Dipolog, and in General Santos in particular. Now, Metro Davao will have a wider temperature range, with temperatures varying here in Metro Davao, 25 to 34 degrees Celsius being the temperatures here. So, sorry to amend what I said a while ago, Davao will actually have some of the hottest temperatures in the region. Now, in return, I'll speak with the Philippine Center for Environmental Protection and Sustainable Development on the projects and services towards responsible resource management. Stay tuned. You're watching Weather HQ.
Every morning,
It's getting better.
let's start your day right with fun and laughter. Join Paolo del Rosario
Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
and Asis Carillo.
We are bringing happiness and cheer along with inspiration, good vibes, and great energy.
And Monique Tuzon.
Your mornings are mo fun with us. Only here on
It's a beautiful day.
In fact, baliktad. Padadamihin pa namin ang serbisyong ibibigay ng PhilHealth. Palalakihin pa namin ang pagbayad sa insurance claims. So, I would like to just assure everybody, huwag niyong inaalala na mababawasan ang serbisyo kahit na kanino.
Ito po si Father Nono.
Ako po si Father Fiel Pareha.
Ako si Risa Singson Kaupeng.
Kape at pandasal na po tayo. Ito po si Cardinal Chito Tagle.
Welcome back. You're still watching Weather HQ. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's start off first with the global weather. President Donald Trump announced the U.S. would withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord for a second time, rejecting global efforts to tackle climate change. In his inaugural speech as the 47th U.S. President, Trump declared a national energy emergency to expand oil and gas drilling, scrap vehicle emission standards, and aimed to curb wind farms. His actions include reversing Biden's climate policies, such as the Inflation Reduction Act, and resuming a push for American energy dominance. While Trump's move was welcomed by the energy industry, it sparked outrage for environmentalists who warned it would slow emissions reductions. Climate activists in London displayed a banner opposite the Houses of Parliament on Monday ahead of Donald Trump's inauguration. Critics argue that the U.S. withdrawal undermines international cooperation and could embolden major polluters like China and India. Despite this, global climate efforts appear resilient, and experts remain optimistic that emissions will trend downward over time, despite Trump's policies. 13 Greenpeace activists from across Europe blocked a road at the Davos Lago heliport, preventing World Economic Forum delegates from arriving by helicopter. The activists held banners reading, "Tax the super rich." Greenpeace protested in response to the gathering of global businesses and political leaders in Davos, calling for governments to hold polluting elites accountable and impose taxes on the wealthiest to fund climate, environmental, and social initiatives. A Greenpeace spokesperson urged governments to take bold action and target the wealthiest. The protest coincided with the confirmation that 2024 is the hottest year on record amid rising extreme weather events and growing inequality, with the richest men becoming wealthier while billions globally facing increasing poverty. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake hit southern Taiwan near Chiayi, causing minor damage. The quake, with a depth of 9.4 kilometers, struck shortly after midnight today and was felt in Taipei. Chipmaker Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company evacuated staff from factories in central and southern Taiwan and were all safe. Some people were trapped in damaged buildings in Tainan, though most have been rescued. There were no major casualties reported in Chiayi or Dapu. Power outages and building damage were reported in some villages. Again, we'll have more stories after the break. Keep it here. You're still watching BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. And welcome back. You're still watching Weather HQ. I'm Paolo del Rosario. The Philippine Center for Environmental Protection and Sustainable Development Incorporated commits to responsible resource management. Joining us via Zoom is the organization's Business Development and Communications Officer, Rainiel Borica. Magandang umaga. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Paolo. Glad to be here.
Now, before we begin, can you give us a brief background on what your group does and what you consider to be the top environmental concerns that needs to be addressed in the country?
All right. So we are the Philippine Center for Environmental Protection and Sustainable Development Incorporated, or PSETI for short. So we are a non-government organization established in 2008, and we are at the forefront of advancing and promoting the sustainable consumption and production in the Philippines. So alongside with that, other advocacies of our organizations also includes sustainable development and environmental protection. So as an organization, we've been actively promoting, again, sustainable consumption and production through one of our main programs, the National Eco-Labeling Program, Green Choice Philippines. So it is a Type 1 eco-labeling voluntary program certification. So we encourage both the consumers and the producers to practice environmental sustainability in their daily lives. Other than that, as flashed in the screen, we also have the Trees for Sustainability, an annual tree nourishing activity that we conduct. So for the year 2024, we had it in Siniloan, Laguna, wherein we planted 3,000 Molave seedlings.
Of
And
cour-
other than that, we also
Go ahead,
yes.
go ahead.
And other than that, we also promote green procurement for both the public and private sector. So we conduct trainings, environmental awareness sessions, workshops, and seminars as well.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up the fact that as we were flashing through your programs that we saw a while ago, you actually do work with a local government or rather government units. Could you give us an idea with whom do you collaborate with to promote environmental protection?
All right. So with the work that we do, we are actually partnering with multiple stakeholders. Like you said, we are an active partner of the government. So with the Green Choice Philippines, we have the DNR and the DTI as board members, alongside with other organizations, including representatives from the private and companies as well, and also of course the local community. So for the Trees for Sustainability, we partnered with the Siniloan government. So we've partnered with them in choosing the site to plant the 3,000 seedlings. And of course, with the local community, they are the ones who nourish the tree. So the things that we do, the tree nourishing is actually not your typical tree planting event, since we are committed to promote sustainability and combat greenwashing. So hindi lang tumitigil sa pagpatatanim ng puno yung ginagawa namin. So last December, we've visited again yung mga tinanim na mga seedlings, and we've ensured that lahat ay nakasurvive. So we conduct maintenance activities as well, and hopefully this January ay makabalik na ulit kami with them.
Well, you mentioned a while ago, something that really struck with me, that you wanted to combat greenwashing as well. When you take a look at what your group envisions to do in terms of strengthening and moving forward with the environmental advocacy, gaano ka-importante yun, fighting the greenwashing, and of course, what do you feel can the group do more of as you look to strengthen yung advocacy po ninyo?
Yes. So again, greenwashing is actually one of the environmental issues that we experience in the country. So with that, we have the Green Choice Philippines. So we encourage consumers to become more environmentally aware and conscious on what they are buying as for the products and services that they buy. So with that, we really encourage them to check if there's a seal and be vigilant, since minsan kahit nakatag siya as environmentally friendly, when you really look into the whole life cycle of the product or the services that the companies offer, minsan talaga ay it's a misleading indication. So that's for the consumer side. And of course, we also partner with companies. Currently, we have 44 product criteria available in our website, and we encourage them to really invest in such innovation like the Green Choice Philippines. So we want them to shift their usual manufacturing practices to a more sustainable and clean one.
Now, for those who are interested, how can our viewers reach you to either learn more about your advocacy or maybe even collaborate with you guys?
So we've provided the website of PSEBSD, that's psebsd.org.ph. So they can send us an email if they're interested to have trainings, seminars, even environmental awareness sessions. And then again, the Trees for Sustainability is an annual activity that we conduct. So if they're interested to be part of the solution, we encourage them to reach out to our email. And lastly, of course, for the Green Choice Philippines, for especially for the companies who are interested to shift to a more sustainable one, we encourage to check the available product criteria that we have and have their products or service certified with Green Choice.
Well, there it is. We mentioned, or rather, we're flashing the screen for the website where you can reach out to them. Of course, they also have their social media accounts. You can search for that as well. Maraming salamat, as Reynel Borican of the Philippine Center for Environmental Protection and Sustainable Development Incorporated. Thank you very much for your work, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, Paolo.
And that's Weather HQ for today. Join me again tomorrow, whatever the weather, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Have a great day.